Good afternoon, everybody. It's the first one of these of the week. It's Graham Coath, MyMusic, and today I'm going to be joined by Tessie May Motel, which is a great name, may I say.
Thank you.
First, before that, and before we find out about all of the history of Tessie and her foray into music, we're just going to have a little bit of this.
I need to get going, Mel. See you later.
A little bit of London there for you, Tessie.
Oh yes, thank you.
There you go. A little bit of the River Thames, etc. Now, you were telling me just before we came on air that you have Irish ancestry, which is wonderful.
Yes, a lot of Irish.
Yeah. So has Irish music ever steeped into your sort of background in terms of music?
I would say so. Yeah, I've been a huge fan of Clannad and Enya, and listened to them for years, and it really inspired the band I was in with my sisters, Angel Wings at the time. So we put a lot of that like Celtic inspiration into that band when we were doing that. So
okay, talk about that band. How many sisters were in the band?
Two
sisters. Okay.
Yes.
So you and two sisters.
Yes, Shelley and Laura.
Okay. And what did each of you do respectively in that band?
Well, I played guitar, more like bass guitar, and then my sister Shelley did most of the lead vocals, and I did some of the lead vocals as well. And then my sister Laura did backup vocals, and she did kind of like the tambourine and some percussion.
So who wrote the lyrics?
We all did. We all shared writing, we all wrote several songs and collaborated, and so
did you were you nice about who got to sing what song, etc., or were there ever little spats about that?
I think with family there's always a little bit of that, drama when it comes to creative rights, but I think we were pretty good about that.
Yeah. You managed to go, right, your voice suited that one better. You're doing this one, etc.
Yeah. The person who wrote the most lyrics got to sing the song.
I see. Now, just like several other guests that I've had on in the background, you've got in the background there, you've got a number of instruments. Are they all yours?
Yes.
Can you quickly pan your camera around so that we can just see?
Oh, sure. This is where I create music, and it's also where my kitties like to hang out. But I have my ukulele here.
I hope the kiddies they're hung on the wall so that the kids can't get them.
Yes, and I have my mandolin right over here.
Yeah, lovely.
Washburn.
That's got a nice rose on it. Yeah.
And then this is my digital piano where the magic happens most of the time. So we got that nice Yamaha digital piano with MIDI capability.
Lovely.
And then we got my acoustic guitar right over here. And then several of my electric guitars.
Wow. So when did you first pick up an instrument? When did you first learn an instrument?
Music has been in my family forever. My mom is a wonderful songwriter, and she's written many songs, so music was always in my family.
What's your mom's name?
My mom is her name is Mary Lou Clune. She went by Mary Lou Steele at the time.
Right. Yeah.
She was a songwriter, and she was in the Songwriters Guild in LA.
Wow.
And so it's just I was inspired by her throughout my life, and just wanted to carry that torch.
Yeah. What style of music was your mum playing, or does your mum? Yeah.
She kind of taught us how to mix genres. You know, she did a lot of different pop, and she mixed that with a little bit of country, a little bit Americana, but mostly pop. So
Yeah. Can you sing any of your mum's songs?
um
I'm not going to put you on the spot and make you sing something unless you want to. But can you sing any of your mum's songs?
yeah, it's been a while, but I'm actually wanting to maybe see if I can sing one of her songs on my new upcoming album that I'm working on. It's a piano alt album called Franklin Piano Girl. And so I've been writing songs for the last couple of years for it, and I've been wanting to ask her if I can have one of her songs for it. So
There you go. You see,
yeah,
I read your
hopefully.
mind there.
Yeah, you did. You did. Very good. Very good.
Yeah. So take us back to when you were young. So your mum was obviously a big influence on you in terms of music.
Yeah.
Anybody else, family wise or friends wise, that was a big influence?
Family wise, I don't know. I was an MTV kid.
Right.
I played my music loud in my bedroom, and my father came in and was like, "Keep it down. I'm watching Star Trek."
Okay. So first MTV video that made you go, oh.
Tori Amos Silent All These Years.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes. Enya, probably Orca Floats. That one too. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad you said Tori Amos.
Oh yes. She's a big influence of mine. Totally.
Right. Yeah. You know, I have a Tori Amos story myself.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I actually recorded Tori at a gig that she did in England when she first came over.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I actually got to play her piano to balance it out, ready for the audience to come in. Yeah,
that's amazing.
So yeah, there you go. Yeah. That's my. I was just talking to Nick Hudson about it the other day. There you go. That's you've called it out for me. That's my Tori Amos story. Wow. I have met Tori Amos. So yeah, big influence. And what was it about Tori that really struck you?
The way she played the piano and her voice. Yeah.
It's passionate on both accounts, isn't it?
Oh yes. She she was the inventor, I would say, of like just alternative introspective piano rock, in my opinion. And that's something I definitely want to strive towards, especially with the upcoming album I'm working on, Franklin Piano Girl. It's really along those Tori Amos and Amy Lee, Chelsea Wolfe lines that I'm trying to create. Yeah.
Brilliant. I mean, for me, when I saw her that first time, you've seen so many singer-songwriters sit down at a piano and you think, okay, let's see what happens. But when she started playing, and then you could see her actually, her whole body hit into that piano, and the sort of rock back and forwards, and sort of, it was almost like a convulsion on the piano, and you just think, this is otherworldly, absolutely otherworldly. Yeah. So I know that's a great influence to have. Records then from that era. What records did you go out and buy? What did we have in our collection?
Wow. Let's see here. Beatles. I'm a huge Beatles fan. Actually, my husband's father is in a tribute Beatles band called Time.
Wow.
And so there's a lot of Beatles influence in my family. So I have a lot of their records, and Tori Amos, of course, Bjork. I'm a huge Bjork fan.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, again. Yeah.
Yes, Nine Inch Nails, huge Trent Reznor fan. There's a lot of Trent Reznor and Nine Inch Nails influence in the Renfields project. And Smashing Pumpkins, Massive Attack, Portishead.
All our favorite Bristol bands.
Yes, Jack White. Jack White has been a huge influence as well these past few years with Boarding House Reach and just his experimental album with that. And actually, the Renfields is actually an answer to Boarding House Reach in a way.
Oh, right. So, okay. In what respect?
Just, I don't know, just some of the messages, just I don't know, it was just kind of channeled as I was hearing that album and I was working on the Renfields project. So
Yeah.
yeah.
What got you into Nine Inch Nails? What any particular song from Nine Inch Nails that got you?
I would say Warm Place.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Warm
I think
Place.
I started with actually probably the more commercial Head Like a Hole, and then sort of, you know, but the Downward Spiral.
Yeah.
Great album.
Yeah, great album. Yeah. Yeah. I have a little bit of those beats with I would say Pretty Boys with a little bit of down in it. Like I wanted to like create that kind of, you know, similar beat to Pretty Boys. So I kind of put that in there as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Warm Place was has a close place in my heart because that was sort of the soundtrack when my grandfather passed away. I put that song on repeat and it was, you know.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
meant
you can tell that meant a lot from talking
Yeah.
to you now. When you first started writing, what was your sound?
I actually did more of a new age sound,
Right.
new age album. I started composing and writing music for my senior project for my bachelor's in arts, and I was kind of doing a mixed media extravaganza where I was going to do artwork and I was going to incorporate this album, Music Enchanted Music Box. And then I just decided to turn it into an album. And so it brought my piano in and it brought my vocals in. Some of the Tori Amos influence was in that as well. And then I just I always wanted to be an alternative rock singer. So I was like, you know what, I could.
Okay. Who did you want to be apart from yourself? Yeah.
There was I don't know if it's a Rolling Stones cover of PJ Harvey, Tori Amos, and Bjork on it. And I was like, I wonder if you combined all those voices, what would that
Q
sound
Magazine.
like?
It was Q Magazine.
It was Q Magazine. Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
I was like, if you combined all those people together, what would they sound like? I was like, let me try to see if I can create.
I remember that cover so well because it's kind of unforgettable for me because those were like 3 female heroes.
Yeah, and they're my heroes too. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, Björk, what is it about her voice? I mean, some people cannot stand her voice, which, you know, I understand. She's a little bit like Marmite in that respect. But for me, the way she hears sounds is beyond reproach. I just
otherworldly.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it the way that she gets her voice to kind of blend with other sounds, and in a way it's that control of the voice as an instrument as opposed to just a voice?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, it's kind of almost an extension of the voice. The music is like almost like leveled in a way where it's just an extension of the expression or the message that they're creating.
Definitely. Favorite album of hers?
Which one are we talking about again? Just
Björk.
a reminder. Björk. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
I would say Post.
Right.
Post and Vespertine.
Yeah.
I love Vespertine. Yeah.
Oh, that's a very beautiful album.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of beauty in that album. I find her more current work is probably more difficult to approach for a lot of people, but I think it actually pushes the boundaries of music even further, which is great. So that kind of brings us up to today with you as well. I mean, this latest project.
Yes.
What made you decide to go that little bit more avant-garde?
I don't know, just I wanted to do something different, you know.
which is avant-garde.
Yeah, I feel like things are so commercial. It's like so commercial it hurts.
Yeah.
And I wanted to create something that was just unique. and
Yeah.
it was sound art.
So what are some of the things, just so people, if people are listening and they haven't heard your music, what are some of the things texture wise or in terms of construction that you've been doing in writing this that
Yeah.
that you
Well,
haven't before?
I moved to a very haunted city, and I'm sort of a paranormal recorder, actually.
Right.
I was living in Franklin, which is a Civil War, one of the biggest battles in the Civil War, Franklin, Tennessee. And at times I would go out in the middle of the night and record near the battlefields, and caught some interesting captures.
Yeah.
And I slowed down and created natural basses. And I like to experiment with sound, and I just created these natural basses. And I think some things are audible that are paranormal in my music. So
Right. What can you say what sort of things did you hear, or did you actually physically see any of that through the sound as well?
It was just kind of an audible kind of type of paranormal thing. I heard like past gunshots, I think.
Really?
It was featured on Pretty Boys in that extension ending.
Yeah.
And I incorporated what I heard into the ending. So
Do you know what? Everybody loves stuff like that, because you go now and listen to it on that level, see if you can actually hear things in there. So that's brilliant. I mean, when you visited that place, did you have a sense of what had gone on there history wise as well? Could you, are you the sort of person that can really feel that when you go somewhere that's got a history like that? Can you actually feel that?
Yeah, I feel like I've got a little special abilities, but yeah, you can feel it, especially at night, I feel.
Right. Is there anywhere in the world that you'd really love to go to, given your Irish ancestry as well, but maybe I'm thinking about maybe just given some of the places that I've been to in England that have got that kind of historical aspect to them. I mean, I always felt a slight something every time I drove past Stonehenge, for example.
Yes, I would love to go to Stonehenge. Yes, and I would love to record there, actually.
Yeah, we've actually got, from where I am here now in the southwest of England, we've got Glastonbury, not too far away as well. Is that somewhere where we'd like to go to?
Oh yes, absolutely. I would love to take my equipment there and go
find King Arthur.
Yes, maybe we'll do a duet or something.
You and King Arthur?
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yes.
So how far along in terms of the writing of this album are you?
I would say I'm reaching halfway through. I want to release it in 2022, like in January. Yeah. So that's my goal.
Well, that's very definite. That's a very definite date.
Oh yes. So it'll definitely be out in 2022. Franklin Piano Girl.
Yeah. Have you been busy writing during the pandemic, during lockdown? Has music kept you sane to a certain extent?
Yes, I was furloughed. At the time, I was working for Vision Works, and then I got the message. Okay, well you're furloughed, and then I got a later message said, well, we're gonna let you go, and so I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna go for unemployment. So I did that for a while, and then I just concentrated on writing music most of the time, and I loved it. I loved actually making music my full-time job, because not a lot of musicians get to do that, and they get distracted by everyday life when music is not their full-time job. And I wish it was with me, and hopefully it will be someday.
Oh, if that's a blessing, then that's a blessing that's come out of this. Furlough's a funny word, isn't it? Furlough's one of those words that I think a lot of us didn't even know until the pandemic hit,
Yeah.
or
I
never
think I had
never used really. It
I had to wiki it or something, or Google Translate it or something.
yeah. It wasn't really within any of our vocabulary and until that. So, what's currently available for if people want to download and listen to it? What have you currently got out?
Well, I just released Enchanted Music Box on Spotify, and the entire part 1 and part 2 of the Remfields project 1, part 1 and part 2 is on Spotify as well. And it's also on Tidal, Google Music, Apple Music, SoundCloud, Bandcamp. And then Enchanted Music Box is coming soon to Bandcamp as well. So
Sounds brilliant. If you want me to hum on it somewhere or play a triangle, I'll be more than happy on the album. Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Or even a bit of guitar, if you let me. But okay. That's coming soon. 2021. 2021 is halfway through, or over halfway through now. So we're heading towards the album.
Yep.
That's for us to look forward to.
Yay.
Now, for the future, though, because obviously you're going to make it as a musician, that's going to happen because you've been now on this show. All right.
Thank you.
So that's kind of a premonition. When you've made it, there, who would you love to work with in the future?
Who would I love to work with? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to work with my heroes.
So we're getting Björk and Polly Harvey and Tori Amos all in one room with you. Is that right?
Yes. I would love to work with Trent Reznor too. I would love to work with Jack White. I've been trying to get noticed by Third Man Records for quite some time now. And I would love to work with Beck. Beck is a huge influence as well. That
would be great from a production point of view, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would be.
Beck as a producer, absolutely. Well, no, absolutely fantastic. Of course, Tori has a house over in England as well as in America. Yeah. So you may have to do the same.
Yes. I feel like my music would be more appreciated overseas in the UK area, probably more so, and then I would have to bring it back to the US. I would love to start doing it. Yeah.
What is it about the English listener then that makes us more appreciative, do you think, of slightly avant-garde type music?
I think you're all more open to different music in general. I think the US is becoming more commercialized, and I just think there needs to be more artists out there that, are doing unique things and not just cookie cutter things.
Yeah. Do you think that's because of our history of music as much as anything else as well? Do you think it's about where we've come from music wise, and that sort of growth of, if you like, alternative music in the UK?
Oh yeah, I love the British invasion. Of course, I'm a fan of The Cure. The Cure is also a huge influence too, as well. Robert Smith, yes, all the way. I would love to work with Robert Smith too. Just Billy Idol. I'm a huge David Bowie fan as well.
Yeah, bless his soul.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was a big influence of mine. Very huge inspiration.
Yeah.
To the world as well.
Yeah, absolutely. All of those people that you've talked about it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you today.
Oh, thank you so much.
Do keep in touch. As I say, the offer's there. If you need me to play anything on the album, be it a triangle or whatever, or just add a bass line with my voice,
okay.
I'll be totally there for that. And I look forward to hearing this come out in the new year. When it does, do come back and we'll talk about the whole album.
Oh yes, thank you. I would
Yeah.
love to come back. This has been a wonderful experience, and it was so wonderful talking to you.
Thank you so much indeed. Everybody, thank you so much to Tessie May Motel. Remember that name and find her music on all of the platforms. Is your music available to buy as well? Can
Digitally,
people
yes.
can people support you?
I'm trying to work out like you know, kind of one of those websites where you can donate to.
Bandcamp.
Yes, Bandcamp you can buy it on, but I'm trying to get physical copies of the actual,
Oh,
and vinyls as well. So
yes.
look for that too in the future.
Yes, that would be fantastic. Tessie, thanks very much for joining me today. Bye for now.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.